Okay, if we start with the concepts now, we start with income. Let's get started on that one. There are three types of income. We have fixed income, an income received that does not change every month. For example, rental income, rent that you receive. Variable income, an income received that changes every month. For example, commission. So if we looked at a fixed income and a variable income, the difference really is that the one stays fixed, doesn't change, and the other, of course, changes every month. And the third type of income is occasional income, an income received infrequently. For example, a bonus. You could also think of birthday money maybe, something like that. Let's look at this example. Mrs. Ndlovu is a full-time employee of pet sales. She receives a salary as well as a commission. There we go. This is a list of her income on the other side. Complete the table by ticking the appropriate column. Here we go. So salary is fixed. There's a tick. Commission varies. That's a variable income, bonus, occasional. Don't receive that every month. Travel allowance, you might receive that every month, but that could change depending on how far or close you travel, so that's variable. Cash gift on a birthday, that's occasional, because a birthday usually happens only once a year. And rental received, that's a fixed income. There we go. Let's carry on. Expenses now. Let's see what that's all about. Okay, there are three types of expenses. A fixed expense does not change monthly. Does not change. Let's see if we can get that looking better. Does not change. There we go. The next one, a variable expense, changes every month, and occasional expense, paid infrequently. Let's look at the next one. Complete the table below. Same thing. Let's tick whether the expense is fixed, variable, or occasional. Electricity, variable. Rent, fixed. Car payment, that will be fixed. Loan premiums, fixed. Insurance, fixed. Petrol, variable. And lastly, car service, occasional. There we go. Let's look at the next one. Now we talk budgets. Let's see what that's all about. A budget is an estimation of income and expenses. Estimation, there we go. We can set up personal budgets or budgets for events such as birthday parties. Things happen once off then. When setting up a budget, a couple of pointers. It should list all incomes and expenses. Try to anticipate unforeseen expenses. Prices of things could go up, for example, things like that. It should be realistic. Focus on essential items first, and then remember to save on your personal budget. It should be balanced, and by that we mean, that your incomes should be more than your expenses. Otherwise, you're going to create a problem for yourself. This is an example of a budget. So if you take your incomes, in this particular case, there's 500 rand this person received from their parents. We carry that over to what I call the running total. The savings, same concept, gets carried over to the total. So in total, 500 from the top plus the 2,000 from here gives me 2,500. Then for this particular budget, there was bus fare, there were meals and accommodation, and all of that ate away or got taken away from the running total. Let's look at the next one. All right, let's do this example. Samantha, a first-year university student living in Johannesburg, wants to leave on Friday to visit her parents in Cape Town. Okay. Her father said that he would give her 1,000 Rand towards the trip. So the father's amount is an income. She received 1,000 Rand. She has 1,500 Rand saved in her savings account. There we go, 1,500 Rand. Okay. She decides to draw a budget for a trip. Her aunt said she would give her a ride back from Cape Town. That's a good piece of advice there. So we're just basically budgeting for the trip to Cape Town. As the trip is long, she decides to stay over in Chinsau for a night. She found a backpackers that charges 500 Rand per night. So for how many nights is she staying there? Just one night. So that's 500 Rand. But again here, that's an expense. Okay, let's move along. She phones various bus companies to determine the best rate. She decides on Travelwell buses. Okay. They charge her 800 Rand one way to Chinsau. She can then use Bright buses to travel to Cape Town. This charge would be 600 Rand. So here's Travelwell's charge of 800 Rand into the budget, and then 600 Rand for Bright bus to get her to Cape Town. All right. Her father will fetch her at the bus stop on Saturday evening, so she doesn't have to budget to get to her father's house. And she sets aside 50 Rand per meal. She eats 3 meals a day. So in total, she'll eat a total of 300 Rand. Now, once we've completed the income and expenses, we do the totals. So the total income that she has is 2,500 Rand. The total expenses that she has, once we add all that up, is 2,200 Rand. Now, let's see what happens at the very end. Let's see if she has a surplus or a deficit. Income minus expenses means 2,500 minus 2,200 gives me 300 Rand. Means she has 300 Rand left over, she's in a surplus, and that's a good thing. Thanks everyone. Let's take a short break, and when we get back, I'll pick up where we left off. Thank you.